Well, before we even get to more of those, so we're in Halifax, and you're from here. Now, I'm wondering, I read the story on that. There was a chance you were going to go to college, right? You didn't really want to go to the Quebec League if it wasn't in Halifax. Is that fair for me to say?
Yeah, there was just a couple teams I would have went to, but yeah, that's pretty fair to say.
So, all right, so you were skating with the Omaha Lancers. I remember playing against them, and this is when the Quebec draft's going on, and you get picked, and you end up getting your rights traded to the Mooseheads here. Mm-hmm. Right away, did you know, all right, I'm going to go?
Yeah, I did. Pat Brisson's my agent, and he said not to go to Baie-Comeau, so I was just kind of listening to him.
I'm my guy.
Yeah. And I got drafted by Baie-Comeau. We told him before the draft that I probably wouldn't report, and but Cam Russell called me. I was still 15 years old that he traded for me, and I was so excited. I grew up biggest Mooseheads fan and loved going to the games and being a super fan of Sid whenever he came to town. It was pretty cool to to be part of the Mooseheads.
So all right, so you're a huge fan of Sid, like that. You're growing up locally here, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Then you start becoming like a very elite player. You're looking like a similar type path here, career arc, and then all of a sudden Shattuck comes in the picture, just like it did for him.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't as coincidence as you might think. I was such a super fan growing up that I figured if Sid went to Shattuck, I should go to Shattuck. And,
they don't want you, Nate. He's like, oh, well, Sid went there. I'm going.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I think it's such a great program too. It wasn't just Sid that went there. Parise, Taze, I think Drew Stafford. They have a lot of NHL players,
they did.
And it was just a great atmosphere for me at the time. And I was the reason why I really went. I mean, I definitely would have went when I was 15, but I didn't know if I'd get exceptional status in midget. I'd have to be the best Nova Scotian player in my age, and sometimes I don't give it to you. I thought I was.
Wait, is that to play in the Quebec League as a 15-year-old?
No, as a 14-year-old to play in midget as an underage.
Oh, they have to give exceptional status for that as well.
Yeah, so you have to be ranked the number one player in your own age group to get it at 14. And I was scared I'd have to go back to Bantam locally, and it was kind of weak at that point.
Ready to move on from that.
Yeah, so I just left. I was too scared to try.
So you kind of even jab yourself about following in Sid's footsteps. So you end up building a house here next to him.
Yeah.
And then because Sid has a gym in his place, you want to build a state-of-the-art gym.
I did, yeah.
But because he follows around Sid so much, Sid bullies him into working out at Sid's older, littler, shittier gym.
Yep.
And he has a state-of-the-art gym that he's wasted his money on.
Pretty much, yeah, Sid. It's like, I'm like, can we just use my gym once in a while? He's like,
nope.
No, that's Sid's every day. Mine's 12 years, 13 years newer, everything newer.
Your first cup, then you can be like, hey.
When I get 3 cups, maybe I can work out at my gym with Sid.
How old were you? Oh, sorry.
I was struggling with the word littler.
Literally?
What? I don't even know what word you're saying.
Well, I was trying to say smaller. Like it was
smaller.
Yeah, I should have said that.
Yeah, I don't think littler is a word.
Fuck.
How old were you when you first met Sid?
I was, I think I was 14 or 15. So the reason I got my shirt on O'Brien Hockey.
Andy.
Supporting Andy O'Brien. But yeah, so I started, my agent Pat again set me up with Andy O'Brien. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I'm getting Sidney Crosby's trainer. I was 15. So one day he brought me to Sid's gym in Halifax, and I was freaking out. I saw him walking up from like his house, and I was like freaking out. Like
what is going on right now?
Like, that's an hour ago at the window.
You could have lifted 400 pounds at that point.
Yeah, like jacked. I was just, and I remember like my dad drove me out, and Andy were just all talking, and I just did like high knees. I wouldn't stop because Andy told me to do high knees, so I didn't stop for like 20 minutes, going back and forth.
Like, is this the whole workout?
Yeah, I was just doing high knees because I was too scared to stop and ask like if I should do something else. And I was just looking at Sid the whole time, like I wanted to impress him, right? That I worked hard and I was like serious about hockey. And that's a true story.
Sid next day can't even move his
This is just so funny that just like a superstar of the NHL, this is how it is. But it's so much better than a kid who's just like, hey, what's next? It shows a lot about character. Truly.
Absolutely. And has a situation like that ever arise where like from such a small hometown there was such a tight gap?
I was going to ask that. I don't know.
Like where like as in like you're coming in as, I wouldn't say he's going out, but on the latter part of his career.
Yeah. Well, I came in. He was 26, so he's had some amazing years since.
Oh, it's
then.
true prime.
Yeah, true
Excuse
prime.
me.
Sorry, no. But yeah, it's pretty cool relationship we have. It's more of a brotherly thing. I just kind of whatever Sid says I do. He's so wise and he knows he's done it all. And obviously, when I was 15, I never thought I'd be friends with the guy. I was just wanted to get his autograph and a picture. So it's cool how it's worked out.
Did he kind of help you navigate things as far as being a big prospect back at that time? Like going through stuff?
Yeah, Sid kind of let me figure it out for my own. I think the biggest thing that I take away from with that is just how hard he works. I mean, you hear it all the time, but he is a freak in the gym, and I'm just gonna tell the story. I wanted to tell it. It was my first workout with Sid ever. So I met him when I was 15, but I got drafted by Colorado. 2013. I was still 17 years old, and Sid and Andy always went to PEI for around Canada Day. So that would have been like a week after the draft, 5 days after the draft, and they do like a beach workout. And so I get there, I meet Sid, I'm like fired up, like I can't wait to work out with Sidney Crosby. And we're doing this workout, and I'm exhausted. Like I'm so bagged. I just got in. My dad drove me up to PEI, and we do 10 hill sprints up like a sand dune. I don't know if you ever see on a beach, there's these dunes. And so this is this isn't exaggeration or anything. We do 10 hill sprints, and he beats me on all 9 to start. Like he crushed me on all 9. On the 10th one,
you're getting rattled a little bit, right?
No, not at all. I'm like yes, like he's beating me. Like this is great. Like I was like too scared to
you don't want to beat him. You're too scared to see what happens.
Beat him. But on the 10th sprint, I got the head start, and I was beating him. I was halfway up the hill, and then I feel this like hand on my ankle, and then my face smacks into the sand. I don't even know him. I'm 17. So I was beating him up the hill, but then he literally grabbed my ankle and like dragged me down this sand dune, and then he finished the race and got his 10 victories.
And, in Sid's style, Andy's like, Sid, that was cheating. He's like, I didn't fucking touch him. I didn't touch him, Andy. Fucking slipped. Took the video.
I know. That's probably.
What do you say? What did you?
And
you got thanks for the sand sandwich.
I was like kind of laughing, but he was kind of laughing, but he took the win for sure. He got all 10. So
oh my God.
Like he grinned, but didn't acknowledge the fact that he did that.
Yeah, it's tough to remember exactly, but he didn't really. I don't remember hearing a sorry from him. That's for sure.